You are looking at an apex predator, a creature perfectly designed for the kill, yet it is sleeping soundly on your plush pillow. At this very moment, inside your quiet apartment, a silent tragedy is unfolding that you are completely unaware of. You believe you're protecting them, but the truth is, this uninformed love is pushing your four-legged friend into an extreme psychological state. There is a deadly mistake that most indoor cat owners make every single day, and veterinarians are beginning to sound the alarm about something known as internal decay. This is not merely a story about pet care. This is a deep dive into the essence of survival, into the brutal conflict between millions of years of wild instinct and the stifling nature of modern life. We are talking about the imprisonment of the soul in the name of safety. When you close that door to keep your cat from the dangers outside, you unintentionally create an invisible cage where their brain begins to self-destruct. This touches the core of consciousness and how every living being, including humans, reacts when stripped of their primal purpose. Most of us believe in a common theory that cats are lazy creatures satisfied with food, sleep, and occasional affection. We think providing a full bowl of food and a warm bed is the pinnacle of feline happiness. We see them staring out the window for hours and mistake it for peace. But the reality is the exact opposite. What you're seeing is resignation, a state of clinical depression that science is only just beginning to decode. That stillness is not joy, it is a surrender to an environment so monotonous that the brain must shut down cognitive functions just to survive the boredom. Behavioral researchers at the University of Lincoln and leading neuroscientists have made startling observations about the structural changes in the brains of strictly indoor cats. What they found shocked the animal-loving community. When a cat is denied the behavioral sequence of stalk, pounce, kill, eat, the neurons in their amygdala begin to atrophy. This is strikingly similar to what happens to prisoners in long-term solitary confinement. Their hearts keep beating, but the identity of a predator is erased, replaced by a state of chronic stress that is devastating to the immune system. And this is where the hidden truth is revealed. The moment every cat owner must face a bitter reality. The biggest mistake isn't just keeping them inside, it's that you have killed their instinct through the way you feed them. In the wild, a cat fails dozens of times before a single successful hunt. But in your home, food is always there. No challenge, no effort, and therefore no dopamine, the hormone of satisfaction. You're turning a magnificent warrior into a hollow shell, and that emptiness is the root cause of kidney failure, obesity, and early strokes in indoor cats. But this is where things get even stranger and darker. Have you ever seen your cat stare into the void or suddenly run frantically through the house at night for no reason? This is not the zoomies or funny behavior for social media. This is an explosion of despair. A confidential study on animal behavior suggested that when deprived of environmental control, cats begin to experience visual hallucinations. They are hunting things that do not exist just to keep their brains from total paralysis. You are witnessing a psychological battle to maintain the last shred of their sanity. Imagine an experiment conducted on two groups of living beings. The first group has everything they need but nothing to do. The second group must struggle every day to survive. The results showed that the first group died significantly sooner and had cortisol levels, the stress hormone, 3 times higher. When you use a laser pointer, you think it's a game. But science calls it an infinite loop of failure. The cat catches the light but never feels the prey in its claws. This neurological frustration builds day after day, turning into a profound melancholy that no expensive kibble can ever fix. This matters to you because your cat is not just a pet, it is a mirror reflecting your own existence. You aren't just observing their decline, you are an active part of the system causing it. The bond between humans and felines is one of the oldest in history, yet we are breaking it by imposing excessive comfort. When you look into their eyes, you are looking at a creature that has walked beside our ancestors for millennia, and what we are doing now is turning them into decorative ornaments, regardless of the psychological agony they endure. The deeper layer lies here. Absolute safety is a form of poison. We keep cats indoors because we fear accidents, parasites, or predators. But in our effort to eliminate every physical risk, we have created a far more terrifying mental risk. This is the paradox of domestication. We want the wild in our homes, but we try to strip away everything that makes it wild. A cat without a hunting instinct is a ghost in a fur coat, and that is humanity's greatest failure toward this proud species. This is the warning you must carry with you from this moment on. If you continue to ignore their need for intellectual stimulation and instinctual release, you are actively shortening their lifespan. Seemingly harmless actions, like leaving a full bowl out all day or lack of problem-solving play, are the silent knives severing their connection to life. Vets call it the death of the soul before the death of the body. This collapse doesn't show through painful cries, it shows through silence, indifference, and the hollow gaze you see every afternoon. We owe them more than just a roof. We owe them the respect due to a predator. A long life means nothing if it is not a life worth living, devoid of challenges and victories. Remember, in the veins of that small creature at your feet flows the blood of tigers and snow leopards. Do not let that fire burn out for the sake of our convenience. Turn your home into a playground of instinct rather than a prison of comfort. Life only truly shines when it faces the hardships it was born to overcome. Do you truly love your cat, or do you just love the feeling of owning them? The next time you see them looking out the window, ask yourself, are they watching the world, or are they mourning the self they were never allowed to become? The truth is often painful, but it is the only key to saving your companion before it's too late. If you want to know how to reactivate those instincts and save their soul, stay tuned for what I'm about to reveal next, because there is another secret about how cats see us that you have never been told.